many of the president's progressive allies have come around, or seem to be coming around, to the idea that you can't let the perfect get in the way of the good. That said, just outside the White House, some young environmentalists are holding a hunger strike because they believe that the bill has been, or where things stand, that the bill could be weakened to an unacceptable degree. Well, what's the precedent to those young people and others that feel that this has been watered down too much, and that perhaps the president should have been more publicly engaging in debate with Senator Manchin and Senator Sinema?
The reconciliation package they're protesting, or the infrastructure bill, or all of it?
The reconciliation.
Well, what I would say first, the president admires the activism, the energy, of young people who are out there advocating for what they believe in, and the changes that he agrees should be made to how society functions, to long overdue investments in our climate. I think what we would say is, one, we are on track now to move forward. Once we get an agreement, which we are confident we are going to move ahead to have the biggest investment in addressing the climate crisis in history by the United States. It's not just the biggest; it's 5 times bigger than the second, what would be the second largest, which would be the Recovery Act. This would be a historic investment and something that would make have enormous impact on addressing these issues. And I would note that, and I don't know all of the things that are of concern to them, but since you asked me about the framing, and I don't know if climate is one of them, but I assume it might be, so let me start there, is that what we're talking about here is creating targeted manufacturing credits that will help grow domestic supply chains for solar, offshore, and onshore wind, expanding access to rooftop solar and home electrification, expanding grants and loans to rural co-ops to boost clean energy and energy efficiency, expanding grants and loans in the agricultural sector, and we are talking about a historic effort to make critical investments in environmental justice, something that is long overdue, that is central, that is important to the president, important to our climate and our clean energy team. I'd also note that there's been some reporting about this as well, and I don't know if they were talking about childcare. I don't know if young people are. I'm happy to hear that, but maybe they were. But what we're talking about in terms of this package is also closing in on a deal that would make pre-K for 3- and 4-year-olds universal and free. This has never been done before, ever. Right now, just to give you some context, the average cost of preschool in the United States costs $8,600. Only 2 million 3- and 4-year-olds are in publicly funded preschool across the country. This legislation is on track to enable states to expand access to free universal preschool for 6 million 3- and 4-year-old children per year, and increase the quality of preschool for more children many children already enrolled in publicly funded preschool. And the last piece I'd note is that we know the Affordable Care Act was also its own piece of historic legislation. This would massively build on that, expand access, lower costs for healthcare, which is of utmost concern to many activists and certainly a big priority for the president. So I would say we're excited about this package. The president is excited about this package because it will do so much in a historic nature to address longstanding problems that are overdue.
And if I could just quickly